Y'all like that? It was authentic. Anyways, I'm here today to tell you why, even if you ask me politely, I'm not going to put weave in your little baby's hair. And this is for a few different things. Allergies acting up. For one, let me cut this car off just in case you can hear it in the background. But for one, hair follicles, right? So we all have these little small things in our scalps called hair follicles. Hair follicles are what creates the hair bulb. It pulls the sulfur and the oxygen and the carbon and the hydrogen and the nitrogen and all the other things from your hair matrix, which is the thing that pulls those things from your scalp or from your bloodstream into your scalp, and then it creates the hair bulb inside of the follicle. The hair bulb thus develops the keratin and stuff that grows out your hair, right? Those hair follicles do not mature until you're at least the age of somewhere between 5 and 8. It's different on different people. It's DNA. It is up to Dana when it matures. And for this reason, I will not put a weave. I do not like to put weaves, whether it be cornrows or extensions or whatever, in a baby's hair. You put unnecessary tension and unnecessary weight on their hair follicle, right? And it makes it easier to pull the hair out prematurely. That's training the hair to grow thinner until you decide to leave it alone and let it grow back thicker. Okay. Next reason, culturally, I don't approve of, culturally and personally, I don't approve of making little girls look older than what they are. They got plenty of time to try to look cute and adjust to the world's standards of beauty. And I just feel like it's too much extra pressure on them. My baby bald headed, she gonna be bald headed until the Lord grows her hair out. Like Beyonce said, I like baby hair on my baby hair. Okay, or something like that. So those are two reasons. And can I think of another reason? I especially don't like hair color in little girls' hair. Um, I don't know if I'm just old school. I'm only 42, so I keep forgetting, am I 42 or am I 41? But I think I'm 42 now. I just had a birthday. But I just don't agree with hair color in baby's hair. I don't believe in hair weave. I'm not putting a wig on nobody's child or anything like that, for the scientific reasons and for the cultural reasons. I think it's just not a good look for the baby. But the best thing that you can do for your baby's hair is to keep it moisturized, to keep it clean, and to keep it detangled. For example, right now I'm going through my daughter's hair and we are keeping her hair detangled, moisturized. I'm really, really loving right now the revamp mint, I think it's mint and rosemary conditioner for her. So we've been doing that. And yeah, that's my thoughts on putting weaves in baby's hair. By babies, I mean young children. And I also even think there is something to be said about starting their locks, because I've had quite at least 2 or 3 young clients over the years, ages like 4. Yeah, I had 2 little girls that I started locks at 4. And what I have found is they're below 5. So because they're below 5, their hair follicles have not matured. And because they have not matured, what happens is I start the locks one size, and then it goes on and time goes on and their hair gets thicker, gets stronger, right? And now the locks that I have resized, I don't know, this is a horrible example, but the locks that, how can I make a square? I don't know. Anyway, the locks that I have made like this small, width and length, now have double the volume and too much weight for that parting in 2 or 3 years. So one baby, she started with sister locks, and she stopped coming after a while. But then my baby that had, we started her traditional locks when she was 4. By the time she was 6, 7, or 8, it was something like that. Her locks were super, super thick for that section that we did. So we ended up having to do this little split technique where you kind of interlock it one way intentionally, which is what we don't want to do when we're actually interlocking, right? So we would interlock it the same way over and over again, kind of creating a Y at the base of her scalp. And then eventually, after a couple of times coming in, I would snip one of those Ys, and she would have a little shorter lock that developed. And then the other one that was also kind of thicker, it just was a little bit thicker, but over time it began to blend together. And there's a few tricks that we did, but I ain't gonna make this video no longer than we need to. I appreciate you stopping in. This is your place for hair education, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh Lord, how you stop this thing? Hold up, I'm still live. Okay, I want to stop streaming.